Me.
This is Slashers, your new favorite. Jake, Doug, boot him off.
You asked me to get ready. I'm just limbering up my vocal cords.
He's got to do the out of heat, out of hood, out of hood, out of high. You got to do your vocal, your vocal exercise.
Me.
Okay.
What's that? Lemon face, lion face. You ever do that?
No.
You want to play Zip Zap Zop to get us started, get us loose, a little improv?
Zip Zap Zop. Oh, because you love your improv. No, I can't.
Or there's Zoom Schwartz Perfigliano. You want to do that? I can fuck your day up with some of that stuff.
I don't know what that means. This is Slashers, your new favorite podcast about your new favorite horror media. My name is Aid, and today is a very special Halloween episode of Slashers podcast because today I'm being joined by Austin from Frightmares podcast, by Micah from Damn That Scary podcast, and my beloved Doug and Jakey Poo. Boys, say hello to the mutant goons from beyond.
Hey, all you mutant goons from beyond. I hope you're enjoying your candy with razor blades and fentanyl stuffed in there.
And I know that
that candy.
Aid introduced me as Micah, but Micah is my slave name. For now on, I want to be known as Billie Eilish.
I have nothing clever to say. Just call me Austin.
Just call me the guy who's the naysayer on this episode and gracefully tried to bow out several times, but is here against my will. I think I might have a tort cause of action for false imprisonment. My name is Jake.
Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
Hello.
Fantastic. How's everyone doing?
Live and limber. Work from home is done. You know, time to go sniff the roses and
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at us. 3 podcasts, getting along, hanging out, just smelling each other, looking at each other deep into our souls, just having ourselves a good time. And what are we talking about today, guys?
Okay, so today our episode is on Hellraiser. The new Hellraiser from Hulu and Terrifier 2. However, I wanted to just kind of touch on at the beginning on Halloween Ends because, well, Jake, have you seen it yet?
No. Why would I see it? It looks so stupid.
Oh,
it's a Halloween movie.
It's horrible, but that's not the point. Halloween
The
Ends.
reason it's stupid is because of and I watched the Red Letter Media review because usually there's a lot of overlap in my feelings. But if you're going to cop out, don't. Like, that's my biggest issue with Halloween 4 is that by 5, it's a cop-out. It's like the exact same thing. And I'm like, I'm not here for it. Sorry.
Okay, I just muted myself, but y'all can talk. Like, I mean, I don't have to say, okay, Doug, you may not speak.
Well, what I can definitely say.
Your contact lenses are very intimidating. I felt like I was being very judged. Did anybody else feel that way?
A little bit, slightly.
Yeah,
I can't wait to wear these on actual Halloween and scare the shit out of the kids. I'm so excited. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we all shared our disappointment because me, Yahira, Aid, and Micah, we all watched this in our living room here, and we all had the same exact face. Like, what the fuck? We could have went to Lemmy's bar again. We could have done so much other things, but that was 2 hours of wasting my goddamn time. That's what I really think it was.
We could have stayed in a 8x8 foot room singing bye 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 to each other for the next 2 hours, hanging out with the fucking Yakuza, than watching this movie.
That was funner.
It was fummer for sure.
Well, what the boys are referring to is our karaoke fiasco. Well, I feel like a lot of things that we planned just didn't go the way as planned. Like, I got peed on Hollywood, and I'm pretty sure somebody was pissing off their balcony. And
surprisingly, it wasn't me that peed on Aid either.
I know.
Revenge for her farting on me at Doug's movie premiere. I said
totally,
I did never
totally
fart
peed
on
me though.
Well, I mean, it fit. Did you fart or queef on what part? Because if it's during the shit eaters, that's part of the Rocky Horror experience.
I'm pretty sure that the farts came from the film that was entitled Trash Juice, Doug's cinematic masterpiece. Okay.
Trash Juice or
and you know what?
Ass juice.
The way you've been so mean to me lately, I'm glad I farted on you. Ha, that's what you get.
How mean have I been?
You've been such a boob. Anyway,
what? I take
be...
umbrage to that.
Oh, I'm just giving you a hard time. You know I love you.
Oh, so who's being mean now?
It's the contact.
How the tables have turned.
It's the contact. Anyways, Sorry, I spilled wine at my desk, so now I'm cleaning it. Anyway,
Yeah,
Party foul.
Halloween Kills was absolutely fucking terrible. You take everything that they were building up to from 2018 Halloween Kills, where Michael Myers ran heat on an entire fucking town with only a few hope spots, and then at the end comes back, fucking shoots everyone off the ropes, big boot, drop kick, big finish, boom, kills Laurie Strode's daughter, and then you get Halloween Ends, where he's living in a sewer down by the river, like as a fucking recluse, and he gets spine bustered by Corey, who gives a fuck, and his mask taken from him. Like, what the Dead Moose's last shit was that about? It's like Michael Myers lost all of his steam, all of his will to kill. I don't understand everything that's leading up to the whole fact that, like, all he cared about was his sister's window. That whole storyline was gone. Doug, I know that was big for you, man.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like in Halloween Kills, I admittedly I didn't like Halloween Kills, but after Halloween Ends, Halloween Kills is like a nut fanning movie now.
It's Citizen fucking Kane compared to Halloween Ends.
Well, what gets me pissed off, and like I said, this is a trilogy. You obviously meant to do something for your last, your last hurrah. Finish it off.
Your story.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's like you made almost like a big plot point of Halloween Kills. Looking out the fucking window. I thought it was going to be like some Silver Shamrock stuff out the window. But no, they don't even lead to it. In fact, a lot of the stuff, it's like, why was he killing all these people and building all this up for the next movie to be 4 years later? And Laurie Strode is making fucking pumpkin pies and cooking like Martha Stewart. Talking about her tits. She's like, and you get the tits, or she said something about her tits. And
oh, you find love like that? You just want to rip your tits out and fuck everybody? And I'm like, no, this isn't my Laurie Strode.
No, well, here's the thing. Okay, this makes the Halloween 2018 one stupid because you had 3 babysitters killed, and she has a whole house with fire and guns, and she has barbed wire everywhere. And then in this one, your daughter fucking dies, the whole town gets massacred, and you're making pies 4 years later. Get the fuck out of here.
You're living like fucking grandma at this point. After 35 fucking years of prepping for Michael Myers' return, and he's back, and then yeah, you're gonna be living like you're in the fucking a Full House sitcom.
I don't know what they were thinking, because David Gordon Green, that douchebag.
Fuck him.
Well, here's the thing. You're obviously being antagonistic because you're going to say, oh, well, he told that one guy who played Corey, he's like, oh, before we film the movie, I hope everyone's going to hate this movie. So why the fuck make it? You know what I mean?
Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he obviously wanted this response, and he got what he wanted. Now, I know Austin likes it, but before I let Austin speak, Jake, I'm talking about the time you put tentacles in my arms and a thing on my face, and then you posted it on Instagram. That's what I'm getting you back for. Austin,
there's no video proof of that or picture proof because
you deleted it. Yes, so? I know it's gone, but there is a picture of me running around looking like a squid woman. So
that was the platypussy, right?
Technically, it's a hornbill beak on its centipede legs and its tentacles. And it's Sheetar's vagina stomach.
Oh, vagina across
Blood Diner.
My body. So
it's literally the hottest cryptid I've ever seen. Like,
it's my OnlyFans profile picture.
I've always wanted to fuck a chupacabra myself. So,
anyways, Austin, back to Halloween Ends. Tell us why you liked it, or you were okay with it.
I liked it in the sense of like, it was like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It really had nothing to do with the first 2, but Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was John Carpenter starting to do an anthology. Like, he wanted to do anthology movies after the second one, and 3 bombed so bad they scrapped it and brought Michael Myers back. I don't know, like, I enjoyed it for what it was, but it should have been its own movie. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have been the ending to a trilogy where you built everything up. Kills took place right after Halloween, and then we're 4 years later. She was prepped for 35 years waiting, and then he goes away, and then it's been 4 years, and she's like, no, everything's okay. So the story just was not cohesive enough for me at all. It just really didn't make any sense, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I liked it more than Kills. I was not a fan of Kills at all. And we're talking like marginally better than Kills for me, like half star better. I just wanted something better than Kills, and that's what I got. But it's like not a good movie by any means, but I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. Like, I don't think it's the greatest one. I don't think it's the worst one. It did what I wanted, essentially, except for Corey's whole focal point. That made no sense to me. Why are we bringing this guy in at the third act to focus on him and his story with Michael Myers, who's apparently
It almost felt like the rise of Skywalker, where it's like, oh, we just need a villain now.
she's a Palpatine. Like, what the fuck? That made no sense. So
Well,
yeah,
here's the thing. Like you said, you build up fucking Corey Cunningham, obviously, because you think they're going to make more sequels, and then you kill him. So
Yeah.
we wasted an hour and 20 goddamn minutes on this shit. Just to, I don't know. I'm pissed.
Oh my
Yeah, it
god,
made no
all that
sense.
buildup. Yes, exactly. All that buildup. Like you introduce this new character, 45 years of fucking storytelling, whatever. Hey, great fucking idea. Let's have a cold opener where it's like fucking Home Alone, and then focus on this douchebag. Which, by the way, this fucking cuck got bullied by the goddamn band geeks.
Oh, I know. He's bullied by high school. How, like, what is he, like, in his 20s, right? He's supposed to be or something like that?
22.
He's
They're
getting
like
kicked around by
22
high
years
school
old.
kids. Fucking pull their pants over their head and throw them in the river. What the fuck, man?
But they're like band geek TikTokers.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
more importantly, now,
The one
Abe,
had a
you're-
mullet.
Yeah,
Ugh.
you're a school teacher. Are the band kids cool now?
No, well, okay, so the band kids are kind of assholy now. They really are. I mean,
What?
the marching band kids, yeah, I have a bunch of them. I mean, I love you guys. I know you listen. I'm sorry. I love all my kids, but the band kids are not the band kids of our day. They're a little bit
Okay.
more
They're more
They're-
hardcore. Like, they run.
they're more pretentious. They're very pretentious, a lot of them, and
That's
they
'cause
have
their
this like
weapon is this shit right here and not actual fucking muscles.
I whatever. I'm not even. I can't
Stuff all
say it
those
because
fucking
the
band
kids
geeks in a
listen to the
locker
show
room.
now, so I don't want to. I don't want to make a thing out of this.
Well, I mean, what do they
I
do?
love all of you.
They cyberbully, like, mostly? Is that what they do? Or do they do like,
No,
oh, before I
they're just-
bang
it's-
these snare drums, I'm going to do lines of coke. And,
It's
you
just
know,
their behavior. They're just very, because I remember back in the day, like band geeks were geeks, but they were nice and they were cute and they were like, oh, very sweet and shit. Like they're
Yeah,
not like
shoving flutes up their pussies and shit.
They're-
well, when I went to high school, they were all like
Micah.
bologna and cheese sandwiches and looked like Peter Griffin. So,
Well, yeah, and some of them still do, but I mean, for the most part, they're not the band geeks of yesteryear. But the ones in the movie looked like the band geeks of yesteryear, but did not behave as such. And for me, I just think that, you're to have these things in the movie. Like there's so many parts of the film that just, and this is the last thing we're gonna say about it because I'm done with this fucking movie because I was so offended and I can't talk about it anymore. I'm gonna have a heart attack. The last thing I want to say about it is that like all of the scenes with the kills and everybody, like, when did Haddonfield come from, this like hick place to these big gorgeous homes, like
It's
from the
called
beginning?
gentrification.
Okay, so we've been gentrified in 4 fucking years, and
It
Michael
happens.
Myers is in the goddamn sewer, but we still got the homeless people under the bridge. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And it's like, okay, we're not talking about this anymore. It's the last thing I'm going to say about it.
I got one thing to say.
Me too.
Okay. All right, fine. Doug, I will allow you one fact. Micah, I have to shush you.
I can
No,
relate
just
to
give me-
Halloween Ends. I can relate to Halloween Ends. In the beginning shot when it's like, this is the town of Haddonfield now, and some old lady has hung herself from a tree with like cords. That was me after the movie.
Oh my God. Like we paused the movie an hour and 15 minutes and Doug paused it and he's like, nothing fucking happened yet.
It's
Yeah,
been
we
an hour
paused
and
it.
15 minutes and we're following this double C here.
Okay, well, I
Right.
checked. I'm like, did I press the right button on
I
Peacock?
know,
Like, what the
Doug,
fuck?
like, are we watching the correct film? Like, what is happening?
Can I just say that it was rad as fuck that we got to hear the Cramps?
I don't remember that.
The DJ scene where Darcy the male girl gets killed and DJ who gives a fuck gets his tongue snipped off.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Teenage
was pretty
Werewolf
cool.
was playing. That was pretty fucking cool. I love the Cramps. Cramps are spooky. It's
I do
Halloween time.
too.
Go fuck yourself.
But do you like CGI tongues spinning around on record players?
Dude, that was so lame.
I did like the opening though. I was very, very happy with the opening when that kid just busted ass right down the stairwell, and I was like, "Oh, this might actually be good." And then the rest of it just kind of went downhill.
Dude, that cold opener was
Yeah.
cool. Like you said,
pretty
like
cool.
if it was for a different fucking movie.
Right.
My idea of a Halloween cold opener is Michael coming back into town. Michael fist fucking somebody to death. Not fucking big boot, third balcony, boom, kid goes splat. Fuck you, Macaulay Culkin. You're dead forever. Go fuck yourself. That's not a Halloween cold opener to me, man.
Yeah, it's not. It was cool, but it didn't really fit with the entire theme of Halloween. at all.
Adrian said we were done with this.
She's
Okay,
got
sorry.
the eyes of Satan staring into my
Okay.
soul.
I
melting it.
know.
Yeah.
Piercing right
I
through
know.
me.
I'm looking at Micah, but I don't know where I am in the screen. So
Yeah,
whenever
I'm
you see me giving a look of death, it's towards Micah. Just please remember that.
Mrs. San Diego.
Oh, anyway, that's not how you say my name. Anyways,
Hmm.
so
Say my name, say my name.
I mean, you know what? I will say the one thing I loved about Halloween Ends was watching it with all of you. So
Oh, that was
Yes.
great.
that was fun.
Now, is this
That was-
before or after the Yakuza?
Wasn't this after the Yakuza?
Oh yeah, I think they're haunted. I've been having like a black SUV pull up every now and then, and
Well,
their
no,
windows are
it's-
tinted.
It's Micah's fault because he put a Yakuza in Venmo and then they had to they had to screen his payment to me, and I'm like, what the
Doug,
fuck?
do you know this story?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you told me you sent Aid
Yeah.
a payment and said Yakuza money.
Aid
And it got
me.
screened.
Yeah, it got screened, and I was like, they were like, please explain why you put this in your Venmo payment, and I'm like, it's
Oh
an
my
inside
Micah's
joke.
a
I'm sorry.
fucking ass.
Oh,
like,
okay,
that's
well,
why. Okay.
Me and Yahira thought about this. Random thought, but for that whole Yakuza night, it was just called Karaoke Cafe. And the weirdest thing, I kept thinking about it when we left that place. Remember, they closed the doors, and we were the only ones in there. Why the fuck would they close it off if we're the only ones in there?
Because they were going to sell us to the Yakuza or whatever. I don't know. Thank
Yeah.
God we left when we did.
Wake up
Thank
in a
God we
tub
didn't
of
drink
ice.
anything. Could you imagine if we drank something? We'd be dead. We'd
Yeah,
be
that
like
ice.
hostile.
Yeah, they were like presenting the ice. They're like, here you go, have some fresh ice.
It'd be like the Japanese hostel. Anyways, that was a lot. That was a fun trip though, regardless. Okay. So back to the episode. All right. So because this is a Halloween episode, we tried to dress up a little bit. I mean, so when you guys see the video, hopefully it's not too disappointing. But the first movie I wanted to get into, because we had a lot of good horror that came out, but one that
I'm
we
dressed
all
up like a cracker.
I'm wearing this, so that counts.
Doug's booty has Michael Myers on it. Jake is dressed like a curmudgeon-y working man.
That's the scariest
Oh, were
costume.
we dressing up? Shit.
I put it
Hello,
in the
I am a
admin-
businessman.
It was in the text message.
2 seconds.
And then obviously Micah is dressed like,
You
Does
know his
anybody
He
know
name.
who
wants
Micah
to
is?
suck and fuck in that order.
Near dark. Yeah, so
Near
you
dark.
deep cuts out there. Did anyone know your costume when you were walking around
Ah!
Reno?
No,
Okay.
no, nobody knew. Nobody knows Near Dark. Somebody was like, "Oh, hey, maggots, huh?" And I'm like, oh, "Fuck, man."
Oh, they thought you were
sure."
Lost Boys.
I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Yeah.
Did I mention that I met Jason Patrick and he sniffed my hair this weekend? So
Regular old Joe Biden, he is.
It was Joe Biden in costume, or
But more
That's-
importantly, how did he smell?
oh, he smelled great. And he's like, would you like me to remove my glasses? I'm like, no, you can leave them on.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I love him in. I absolutely love him in Speed too.
Well, you know what? He had Speed 2 pictures that he could sign with Sandra Bullock in them. And I'm like, no. Oh, you know what? This is the one I got. And yes, Austin, we love them. The Michael mask. That's so sweet.
yeah,
Very
that's Michelle
enjoyable.
Myers. I like it.
Yeah, I
Mimi
like it.
Myers, Mariah Carey. Okay.
I like that pompadour.
But this is the picture I got, and he signed it. And he said, never grow old.
Aw.
Is
And
that
I'm
Speed
like-
2?
Cruise control to you, Doug. Okay.
Aid, if you hold on to that long enough, maybe you'll bump into Corey Haim somewhere, and he could finish
Oh, don't say that.
I
Oh my
know, I
God,
know.
bless his heart.
Hollywood
That's why I
raped him to
picked this
death.
one, because Dan was giving me shit that I picked this one, and I go, no, I said because Corey Haim is in it. That's why I got this one. All right. So back to the show. So thank you, Austin, for playing along for a little bit. So we're going to talk about Hellraiser first, the remake, because I know there were a lot of mixed feelings about it, and the room is going to be very divided. Jake hasn't seen it yet, but I don't
I
think
did.
you did see it.
I watched it for this episode, but then it was the Terrifier one I didn't like.
Oh, I thought you didn't watch. Who didn't watch Hellraiser then?
It's just a fine example of a movie that exists. That's
Okay.
literally all I can say about it at this point.
I mean, it is what it is. Okay, we'll go around the room and sing Kumbaya about this film, but I was actually really looking forward to it because I feel like we never get a Hellraiser reboot sequel that is worth a damn since the Hellbound Heart. So, or part
What?
2, right? Is that Hellbound Heart? Part 2 is
I like Hellraiser 3. So
Yeah, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. I haven't seen 3 or any of the subsequent ones. There's like 10 apparently or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen them all back in the early 2000s, so I don't remember all of them. Part 3 isn't bad because part 3 has fun Cenobites.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
part
a-
Like
three
the
has-
CD
yeah,
guy.
Yeah, the CD no bite.
Oh, I've heard of him. Okay, he's from 3. I've heard of him and seen pictures of him before.
Yeah, you should
I-
watch them, Austin. I think you would like them. But
I might be the only one that truly enjoys every single one of the Hellraisers. Recently, I just watched Revelations for my co-host's birthday, Greg. He was like, hey, watch Revelations with me. And I watched Revelations, and I'm like, God damn, this is actually kind of fun.
Is that
Like,
the
I don't
most
care.
recent one?
That's
No,
where he's
that
taking a
was-
shit on the cover.
The not Doug Bradley, but also doesn't have boobs.
Not Doug Bradley. Yes,
he's
okay.
he's the fat Pinhead one.
Yeah, he's the chubby guy. The great value one.
Yeah. Great value Pinhead. The one that was before Judgment, Paul Stevenson,
Okay.
who I think did a good job at playing Pinhead. Because Paul Stevenson is a theater actor. The Pinhead they got for this one, I feel, was just like maybe the director's cousin or some shit. I actually enjoy all the Hellraisers. I think they're fun. They're a lot of fun. Hellworld, that's fun as shit. It's fun. Deader, that's a good time. Inferno, I love it. Which one am I missing here? What's the one with the brother from Nightbreed? Because that one was good too.
Dead and loving it.
Yeah, there you go. With Leslie Nielsen played Pinhead in that one. I like all the fucking Hellraisers. I'm a sucker for them. Like, yeah, clearly it's a movie where like somebody wrote this movie as a regular standalone horror film, and the studio was like, hey, we like it, but you know, it'd be really cool. Put the box in it. We'll throw some Cenobites in it at the end. Bingo, bango, whammo, flammo. You got yourself a Hellraiser movie, my friend.
Yeah, all those lost scripts that never got made. Just throw Pinhead in it.
Throw Pinhead in it. You got yourselves a fucking movie. Blam. Right in
Done.
your face. So this new Hellraiser, it's being billed as a reboot, and I was really hoping that this would have been like another story of the box, kind of like the way the 2013 Evil Dead was, where it's Bruce and Raimi came out and said this is not a reboot, this is another Evil Dead story. I was hoping this was the case, but it's coming out now that no, this was actually meant. The intention was with David Bruckner and the studio is that they were completely rebooting Hellraiser. I read a theory that maybe Kirsty Cotton was actually Pinhead in this. That's why we had a more feminine Cenobite Pinhead, which I thought would have been really cool, but I don't know how I feel about it being just a straight up reboot.
There's nothing that's dissociative enough in it from the original to merit it being a reboot.
Yeah,
It's not different
exactly.
enough. If you're going to reboot it, like have some fucking balls, because you added a couple of story elements where it's like, oh well, you gotta that's no different than Candyman versus the Candyman remake, and it's a remake, not a reboot. And I think
Yeah.
that's the conflation here.
It's this was when they built this movie, it was supposed to be, they were saying this is a lot like Hellbound Heart, the novelization of Hellraiser, and that's not the case at all. Like all the characters completely out the window. We didn't have the engineer in it. That was the one thing I was missing. Where the engineer played such a prominent part in the novel Hellbound Heart, and yeah, it made it was the scorpion looking thing in the movie. I was hoping we would have had that. I would have hoping that we would have had more backstory on Leviathan. We didn't get any of that. All we got was a bunch of Gen Zs running around looking crusty as shit.
Yeah,
I'm also a drug addict, like the drug addict from the Evil Dead reboot, except I'm not anywhere near as likable.
actually, she's pretty gross. She picks up like, was it ecstasy pills from the sewer? Like she throws it down. She's like, "Yeah, fuck it, I need it." I'm like,
Oh
"What?
yeah,
That's
she's
gross."
got her pills for that she's addicted to or whatever. Yeah, and she drops them. She's like, "I'm done with these," and then she's like, "No, just kidding. I'm getting them."
Well,
From
I
the
actually
ground.
did
You're
this.
like, great. That's a great idea.
Yeah, this girl in this movie, I mean, it smelled like a bologna and cheese. I mean, if this is like the crust punk that we're gonna get, I'm like, man, and they're having sex. I can only imagine what that room smells like.
Oh.
Ugh.
well, it's a
Jeez.
shame because that guy was really cute, and she treated him like shit. But
Well,
I
he
guess he
deserved
was.
it because he turns out to be a poop face.
No, I think
Spoiler
I think he liked her though. I think that he was trying to deter her from it. And honestly, okay, I see what they did with it. I see that they kind of like wanted to emulate Kirsty with her hair. Did you notice that? Or
Yeah.
is it just me?
No,
So they were trying to emulate Kirsty there, but I think they're trying to make it more relevant. I do like that they had the brother and his boyfriend in there, only because I feel like Clive Barker probably didn't have as many as, like, he has homoerotic moments, but he doesn't really have gay couples in the films or in his stories, or maybe he had them in the stories, but not in the films from back in the
Okay,
day.
Aid,
Because
real quick, those two gays in that movie, way too vanilla for Clive Barker.
oh my God, that's not the point. I'm glad that
checks
they
out.
added that element. Okay, I'm glad that they added that element, because I feel like, okay, this is true to form. Like, who doesn't have gay friends now? Like, people are allowed to be gay, and it's not a big, well, I guess it is a big deal, but anyways, to certain people.
Not in the eyes
But
of the Lord.
I mean, I live in Orlando, everybody's gay. So anyways,
I have so many angry things to say about your politics. You definitely need more gay people to turn that back.
oh my
Well,
God. Anyway,
DeSantis is the owner of Club Bounce, isn't he?
oh, we're not going to talk about that. I already voted. I'm good. Anyways, poor Austin. He's like, don't talk about my governor that way.
Oh God, no! Fuck that guy. No way.
For those of you who don't know, Austin's the only other Floridian here in the room. It makes me feel so good that I'm not alone today, because
Florida man.
it's,
Yeah, we're in this heat together.
yes,
Actually, it's been kind of nice lately. It has been slightly cooler, and by
It
slightly
has.
cooler, I mean like 70s and 80s. So better than 90s, I guess.
a few degrees cooler, I'll take it. My
I'll take
hair
it.
does not fall right away, so it's great.
Boom.
Yeah, and all the old people look like Pearl with a shotgun out there. Your damn music's too loud.
Well, whatever. Anyway, so I think with this one, I feel like they wanted to kind of connect to a newer generation. So I understand why they have these specific characters in there. But I remember Micah right away saying, I hate the way these fucking kids dress now. Because she's wearing like these, she's wearing this ugly fucking oversized shirt, these oversized shorts. I mean, she's not a bad looking girl. Like, why are you dressed like a 9-year-old boy? I don't understand. But that's the fucking style. You go downtown. If I went downstairs right now, all the girls are wearing the same thing. Like, that's not cute. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand what that is. Like, it's not even trying to be androgynous. I don't know what that is.
Adrian, I did not like a single one of these fucking characters. And where the fuck? Okay, so now who's the Uncle Frank of this movie?
There
Would
is no
be-
Uncle Frank.
Goran
is
Viznik.
it Vought?
It's Goran. No, it's Goran Viznik.
Which
Oh
one is
yeah,
that?
it's the guy at the beginning who set everything in motion, because he's in the. Are we doing spoilers, by the way?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing spoilers.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that comes back around to the end, who's working with the chick's boyfriend and
That's
luring
our
all the
Uncle
kids there.
Frank.
That's right? Am I correct in
Yeah,
saying? Yeah,
I would. I
whatever
agree
his
with
name
that.
is. Yeah, whatever his name is.
Gor-
Vought?
It's Goran Viznik. Has nobody seen Practical Magic? Like, what is wrong with all of you?
Oh shit!
Anyway.
Okay,
Oh,
I
that's
knew I
right.
recognized him from something.
I
Ah.
can't. Well, he's in a lot of things, but
Well,
that's what I
that's
remember.
my wife shows me that. You know, she makes me watch it every year because she
Oh.
loves it, and I'm starting to love it as well. But that's where I know him from.
It is a good
Clearly,
movie.
I'm
Oh, we
just-
should do a Practical Magic episode.
It's a
Anyways,
pretty
go
good
on.
one.
It is
I
a
will
good one.
not be on that one.
Alright.
Never heard of it.
So now back to this guy Vought, who's I guess our antagonist of the film, where he's now I did like this aspect of the movie is that there's different configurations. Not to say that it's one box, but it changes every time you solve it. The one thing I didn't like about that was I did like that when you solved it, it was like a different it would take a different shape and it meant something different. I did like that it had that little pop-up like ka-ching knife thing that stabbed you. I thought that was a pretty rad gag. I didn't like how fucking easy it was to solve it, because the thing about solving the puzzle box, it was never like by the way, I have fangs in right now, and I feel like I'm in Fright Night. Like, Master will kill you for this slowly. Oh, so slowly. But like, it's how fucking easy it was to solve the puzzle box, because it's supposed to be desire that solves it, and you're gonna tell me that every fucking person like that gets their hands on it accidentally solved it.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm just grateful that she wasn't autistic and then suddenly really good at puzzles, because that's what Hollywood does. It's like, oh, autism's a superpower. Did you know that? So he could do puzzles or whatever.
Hey,
Oh,
man,
they
just
did that
like
in
the new
Hellraiser
Predator
2.
movie. Yeah, Hellraiser 2.
Hellraiser 2. But the thing is what was different from this one, I think, than all of the others. Well, with the exception, I guess, of two, because she's so upset, but they're like, oh, it's not hands that summon us, it's desire. That Goran Vishnik's character is basically getting people to solve that every time and sacrificing them so that he could get to the end, right? And so that's a little different than what we're used to, because usually, and we were cheated out of at the beginning, because I feel like what was so great about the first Hellraiser is at the very beginning, it's like balls to the wall gore, like basically Frank gets ripped to shreds. And we don't have that with this one. I mean, you see the poor guy getting strung up and you hear him screaming, which I think is a beautiful element in and of itself. Like with Hellraiser, there's a lot of beautiful, I guess, visuals that you see throughout the film. Like even when Frank's being torn apart at the end with the Jesus wept, like there's all of these gorgeous images, right, that you have. You don't, you sort of have that with this one, but it's different. It's tonally, it's different. The colors are different. It's too dark. I don't know.
Which I liked.
Yeah, there were just, there's a lot of
cool.
really pretty visuals here that are not reminiscent of the first Hellraiser.
Yeah. Well, going off what you said here, now this is my exact breakdown of this here and why I think the original Hellraiser is like, it doesn't hold a candle to that, because the original Hellraiser, it's an hour and 20 something minutes.
Yeah.
Besides the Cenobites, whenever they come on, it's like fucking scary. Like the whole root, the paint peels off the fucking walls.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. And they're not even in the movie that much, but you get Uncle Frank, who's terrifying in itself. You get fucking Julie, who's evil,
Julia.
You get all these characters.
Julia.
Yeah, Julia, all these characters. And then the Cenobites are like the icing on the cake. I feel like this one is the Cenobites and everything else is just flat air.
Now, it's the other thing too is that they made the Cenobites looked really cool, but they made the whole thing where at the end of the movie, the beginning of the third act, where they're trapped outside of the house and they're just kind of standing there staring. It kind of lost me a little bit there with the whole just the feeling that the Cenobites could show up whenever they want, and the fact that they were like just standing outside of the house staring, I thought was kind of weak. And how the fuck are you gonna kill Chatterer?
Is that the one that got stuck? Because one of them got stuck in the gate or something.
The Silent Hill monster. What
yeah. Okay. Well, here's another thing, kind of off topic, but I don't know about you guys. I have an OLED TV and I put the settings up to vivid, as bright as I could. This movie's too fucking dark. I couldn't even see what was going on half the time.
It was very dark. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
And not dark in like a cool way, like a high contrast,
like
silhouetted Mike Mignola art style. It was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, the DP, the director of photography, said, "Ew, let's go ahead and change this real dark so no one can see it. It's scary."
Did somebody say something about DPs?
Oh, DPs, yes, coming every orifice. He probably got the cum on the keyboards and didn't change the contrast brightness.
I'm wrangling all of you back in. Austin, did you like Hellraiser? Because I know you're a little quiet. I'm sorry, we talk a lot.
No, you're fine.
Jump right in when you need to.
I'm pretty much in the minority, and I know this for a fact. On this one, it's probably due to the fact that I am a sucker for David Bruckner.
So am I, man.
Yeah,
So
I love
am
all his work.
I love that fucking dude.
Yeah, Ritual, his segments in VHS and Southbound, like it's he's so well versed in horror, and I really appreciated the cinematography, even though it was pretty dark. I didn't really have a trouble seeing it, but it was dark as shit. I also love the score that was behind everything. And correct me if I'm wrong, but in the original, because it's been a little bit since I've seen the original Hellraiser, they don't really explain the different configurations in each step to get to the final thing, right? See, that's what I liked about this one a lot, is they break it down. There's this whole fucking book. I felt it was a little convenient that there was just a book lying around with everything. But they break it down, the configuration that you have to get. Whoever holds the last configuration gets one of the desires or whatever. And I really enjoyed seeing that, because they didn't really explain that much in the original. And now I don't really like the characters that much. Like, I didn't really connect with anybody, but I also was kind of rooting for them at the same time. You see, okay, I don't know. It was weird. I wanted, the girl to get her brother back. I was like, I want you to, like, get your character arc going, get your brother back. And in the original, I was like, am I supposed to care about Julia? Because I don't.
No, it was Kirsty. Julia was evil.
Oh my god! But I loved Julia.
I did not like her at all. She's bringing guys there to, like, so she's cheating on her husband with her his brother, and I don't know. I did not care about that relationship. It
She
drove me
is a
insane.
woman of the 80s. Okay.
Julia was in a sexless, boring marriage. She got that good dick from Frank and would do anything
Like,
for him.
you know
And she
what?
got
And
that
that's the
flat
thing.
top.
You can't ignore the
Oh,
good
fuck
dick.
yeah.
So you got to go back to that. But anyways, it doesn't
No.
matter.
She was dickmatized.
Well, and
Now, Austin, you said that you didn't care for the character. Did you say you did? You were rooting for the characters, right?
so yeah,
Because
I didn't really like them, and I didn't really
I
connect with
wasn't.
them,
Dude,
but I
I-
was rooting for them at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, it was weird.
everything, dude. Everything from their style, how they talked, the fact that I didn't give a shit about her brother, because we all know homosexuality is a sin. So I just
And
I
a
didn't-
choice at that. I mean, really.
Bingo, bango. Jake gets it.
There's some DeSantis for you.
So
Oh
I
my
just,
God.
I didn't feel anything for these characters.
That's fair. Yeah, I know that's a big gripe with everyone that I've talked to about it, is they just didn't give a shit about the characters. I don't know if that was intentional, if that's what Bruckner was going for.
I
If
don't
it,
know,
if it is,
man.
it's a weird move.
See, well, here's the thing. Like, I didn't even think about the characters. I'm like, at the end when she's like, I saw your gifts and I don't want your gifts.
Yeah,
It's like really, like, you're gonna go back to, you want life to go back to regular, go back to your shitty hellhole apartment and go back to a 9 to 5. No, I'd rather be skinned alive and be some sort of demigod.
The other thing about that
Yeah.
too is, how the fuck are you going to explain that to the goddamn police?
Oh yeah,
you
all that chaos left behind.
You got
Yeah,
a fistful of dead bodies, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, these fucking sex demons showed up and just chained everybody.
Well,
now I hate that Shatterer died, but I did like the fact that they were able to use them as sacrifices, because I thought Cenobites were off limits.
That was
And
weak. I did not like that.
Oh, see, I was like, oh, I didn't expect them to be able to use the Cenobites against them. I was like, that's kind of weird, but I guess it's something I didn't expect. So
Yeah.
I don't mind it because they started off as people. Like if you go by
Yeah.
Hellraiser 2 rules,
Oh,
he
yeah?
he is a
Yeah.
dude. So
that's,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
and I just quoted Kel from Keenan and Kel.
oh, I met
He's
Ken
a
Forey
dude.
this week
He's
too.
a
He's a dude.
We're all dudes.
We're all dudes.
See, if I was stoned or something and the Cenobites, like, they're like, what is your desire? It's like, well, actually, can I have an unlimited amount of coupons for Cinnabon,
Yeah.
please?
He just
Like,
wants that
I would-
hot dog he had earlier.
I would love
That's what
a
they should have
grilled
done.
cheese.
Cinnabon should have rebranded for the month of October as Cinnabon.
Yeah,
Now,
seriously.
I have to go.
We
And
have such crepes to show you.
I love that. So Hellraiser was meh. Halloween didn't see. And then Terrifier 2, Micah. I hope you enjoyed it. That's
I loved it.
I had a feeling you would, and I am happy for you.
It
And
might
that's
be with
all I
Jake
have
on
to
the-
say.
This is our Bizarro, the Bizarros together.
Yes.
Like I didn't think they could coexist in the same
Jake,
chat.
Jake, real quick, buddy, before you we bid you adieu. There were a lot of other movies that came out this month, and I just want to see if you see any of them, if you have an opinion on them real quick. I don't mean to derail the show. My Best Friend's Exorcism. Did you see it?
No,
VHS 99. You see it?
no, I saw the ad for it.
Dash Cam. You see it?
No, what?
Moving on. Let's see.
I think he's only seen Trash Juice.
I only watched old shit. I watched like Intruder and
Intruders a
oh, from
banger.
American Gothic and all those things I've done
Alright.
reviews on.
And then so you didn't see Deadstream.
No, I did
That
not.
stream was awesome.
Instead
Okay.
of live stream,
very-
wow,
very good,
super
very good.
clever. I like to think that the writer director, because I'm assuming it was a writer director combo, was like sitting there one day and be like, "This is so clever."
Now I have to know.
All right, peace out, guys. Have
All
fun.
right, see you. Brush
See
the
ya.
dust off the shoulder. There we go.
Now I have.
Okay.
To.
All right, so let's see. Where were we left off at?
I had said how I liked the Cenobites could be sacrificed. Micah did not, and then Jake was like, "Oh, it's because they were people originally," and I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." So yeah, that's where we were about.
Now, what was the whole thing? I didn't. He was like the guy from Saw 4. Like, what was that trap that keeps spinning? It reminded me of the hair trap from Saw 4. Like, what?
Oh yeah, the opening of Saw 4 when there's two guys, one is blind and one is mute, and they have to work with each other to unlock the key, and it just continues to spin and spin and spin.
Yeah, what was the whole thing of that? It's like he's not dying, obviously. So it's like, well, I got this fucking machine stuck on me.
he's got this thing rammed through his chest that it's tightening and it's not pleasurable for him or something. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
It's like a really big Resident Evil looking key shoved through his chest that's tugging on all of his nerve endings. My thing about that is it's 6 years after the events that happened in the cold opener, where he solves all 5 configurations and he gets his one wish with Leviathan and he asks for pleasure. So their version of pleasure is we're going to tug at every fucking nerve ending you have. It's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. You're going to try to wipe your ass. We're going to fucking pull your nerve endings. You're going to try to jerk off. We're going to pull your nerve endings. It's going to suck. But my thing with that is you have this apparatus coming through your chest, out of your back, and homeboy still manages to like get tailor fit suits over top of that. Like
also, who's doing this man shopping?
What the fuck? Yeah, like I still have to wear a
He
suit.
cut a hole in it.
I
Like
cut a
it's
hole in
not
you.
that hard. Okay.
Well, see, it could have worked if you put it like, can you put that on my legs to get rid of my varicose veins? At least that'll
Yeah, right.
sort.
Yeah, but Aid, okay, he cut a hole in his suits. Why didn't he just be like, hey, I'm gonna wear a fucking hoodie? Like I don't.
No,
Well,
man, gotta stay classy.
I
he's
guess.
No matter what.
And that's my thing. Like why they could have had a skinned person.
Mm.
Like they could have done that and that was their version of it. I wasn't happy with that. Now I don't want to say, the last thing I'm going to say on this, because we need to move on to Terrifier. Like it's going to be a 25-hour episode.
Probably.
But I will say that I didn't hate this movie. I liked it. I think that I was a little disappointed that I couldn't see the Cenobites as well, because it is very dark and they have all those beautiful effects on them and all of this makeup on them and you can't
Practical.
really see it.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
like mostly practical too, which is awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why make it so dark? Like, let us see. And that, because that was never a problem in Hellraiser 1, Hellraiser 2, or any of the Hellraisers. You always were able to see the Cenobites well. They're
But
always
you are
well
blinded
lit.
at the end. You're completely blinded at the very end with that scene, which is pretty epic, by the way. Seeing all the skin flayed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's one of those things. And so I appreciate it. I think that he did a good job. And I think he did what he did to kind of make it relevant to the horror audience of today. Like, we're getting up there. Austin, I don't know how old you are, but the rest of us.
32.
Okay.
You're a baby.
So we're all in our 30s. So you're like a
Yeah.
little older than Doug.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like in 10 years from now, this is going to be going down as like, remember when April Fool's Day had a remake and it was like modernized and hip? No one remembers that.
Remake April Fool's Day? Did they really?
Yeah,
They
did.
yeah.
They did.
I see it at Big Lots all the time.
Oh, God. That's how you know it's good. It's a $5 bin at Big Lots.
It's held together with another shitty DVD with a rubber band.
Double
So no, I'm with
Benji part 2. Anyways,
I'm with Aid in this, is that I didn't hate this version of Hellraiser. I also didn't like it. I'm somewhere down the middle. You had great visuals. You had pretty good gore. I thought the story sucked. I thought the Cenobites looked great, but they sucked. But I will give it up. Jamie Clayton fucking ruled as Pinhead.
Yeah,
That
Pinhead
was-
was really good in this.
That
Yeah.
was real
She
good
was
shit
rad.
right there.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about the characters. I didn't give a fuck about this story. There were no tits. Very disappointed in that.
Is
I
that your
gotta give
Disney sex scenes?
yeah, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna have a fuck
Well,
scene and the guy's
they
gonna
didn't
drop
even
a-
know how to fuck each other. What is that?
No,
Like-
they had, and not just that. Like, aren't they addicts? I thought they were supposed to fuck like crazy. Instead, they're having missionary sex, looking each other in the eye. Homeboy saying "I love you." She fucking cuts him off. What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, I was expecting the guy to say like, "Am I doing it right? I don't know if I'm doing it right. Am I doing it right?"
Like,
Am
oh,
I
yeah.
on? Do you enjoy this?
This is
Whatever.
working for you.
Is this pleasurable, my dear?
Would
It
have been a
was.
great time to throw in that line.
That's like, when the girl says, "Oh, it was fine." It was fine. Anyway,
The eye roll is what sells it.
yeah, it was
It's
fine.
fine. Totally.
Anyway, so moving on.
Well,
Well,
what is
that's-
it they always hear? Did you come yet? Did you come yet? Did you come
Did you
yet?
come yet? Did you come
Okay,
yet?
but did you?
Well,
But
but this is why people fake it, right? Like they're like, "All right, yeah, I came. Get the fuck off me. I gotta go." Anyway,
got a podcast.
I know. So we're gonna go ahead. I mean, that's enough with Hellraiser. I mean, I honestly I think that it should be watched. And and this is one of the things too. Like the kids were excited because when I got back to school, because I had been gone for so long. I'm not gonna get into details, but it took me days to get home from California.
Stuck at Bar Sinister getting whipped.
Yeah, and I went
Should've
back to
stayed
Bar
there.
Sinister and then I left.
Peeing on everybody.
Oh well. Not to sidetrack you again. Me and Yair went to Bar Sinister, and yeah, there was a we took Coker for his
You
birthday.
took Coker. Like, how are you taking Coker to Bar Sinister? It's supposed to
I
be
don't know,
a
but it
sexy
was
place.
there was like no people were doing coke and toot in the bathroom. The urinal was overflowing. People were just pissing in it, and there was piss all over the floor. It went on the dance floor. People were dropping money, and then people were picking up the bills with
The
piss.
pissy money.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Everything you're saying is so awesome.
I was gonna say,
It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Fuck,
place to
dude.
be.
Fuck.
shit.
Well, you know what? I Austin, we have places like that downtown, and you know it. So
Don't we?
Do a line of toot in the bathroom and jump in the pile.
piss everywhere, piss, shit, vomit, all
Yeah,
over
and
the
then there was
street,
some guy like when I
everywhere.
was taking a piss, the one guy comes up to you. He's like, "Do you guys need moral support?" I
Wow,
don't-
you should-
Hell?
You
Yes,
gave
you
that to
heard.
Coker.
What are you gonna hold my dick for me? I think I got it, brother.
Coker's like, "I don't know, Doug. Do I?"
Yeah, Coker had to think about it. He's like, "Is this my last chance?"
Is it free? Do I have to pay you anything?
No, I mean it's like the nightclub from Blade 2. I was just waiting for the sprinklers to come on.
Oh my god. Anyway, so happy Halloween, everyone, by the way. I don't think we said
Yeah.
that in this episode yet.
We said it
Um,
3 times.
Did we say it already? Well, it's fucking Halloween. It's like the most wonderful time of the year, and it's
Oh, yeah.
leaving us soon. It's gonna be gone, and then we're gonna have to go right into Christmas and listen to Mariah Carey for 2
Mariah
years.
Carey
So-
is just defrosting right now. He's just like, she's coming.
It's sad that is it
That's
sad
the
that
only
now
one
when I
coming.
think of like Christmas, all I think of is like the smell of Kohl's. So like
Yeah.
Oh,
Kohl's
Cole.
department store.
Cole's with
Kohl's
the
Depart-
H. I'm like
It's
Cole.
Kohl's,
I'm like, who's
getting-
going?
No, that's what Christmas is to me, a department store. What the
Oh
fuck?
my
Go
god,
to the
you
department
get
store.
Kohl every year? That's so sad.
I know. Okay, but I know. And then my mom, she bless her heart, she sends me a whole Christmas list of like all the things she wants, and they're all links from Kohl's. I'm like, Ma, I go, what else you fucking want? Like, let me just give you $100 to Kohl's, and you go buy your own shit. Like
Also,
literally a
Kohl's
list of
expensive.
things.
Sounds like a boomer.
No, she just likes to give me ideas, and I'm like,
Oh,
all I have is a junk headband with Mike, what is it, Freddy
Said
Krueger on
Micah.
it, like with Micah's face. Yes,
Yeah.
just give me a junk headband with Micah's face.
I didn't
or-
want to spoil the surprise, but that's what you're getting for Christmas.
Oh, thank you. It's all I ever wanted.
I was
Anyway.
gonna send you those underwear with my face all over it too.
Oh no, I'd rather have Doug's underwear, honestly.
Oh, well,
I think we all
The
would at
literal,
this
the
point.
literal pair. Yeah.
all right, I'll save it and send it.
Yes.
All right. So
Are you-
fucking Damien Leone, after years of waiting, we finally got Terrifier 2.
We did.
Now, this is something that has been since watching. We could go all the way back to All Hallows Eve, then Terrifier. I know there was another movie before All Hallows Eve where Art actually debuted. I can't remember the fucking name to that, but it doesn't matter because I know it does suck. But we finally, after all these years, all the build up, all the fucking sexual tension between all of us, we finally get Terrifier 2. Now, guys, worth the wait or what, huh?
It was. I mean, still okay. It could have been edited down. There could have been scenes that could have been chopped down, but fuck. If you have the chance to see it in the theaters,
fuck?
go see it in the theaters.
Yeah, it's coming back to like I think 1,500. I don't know when this is going to be airing, but this weekend, Halloween weekend, it's supposed to be in like 1,500 plus theaters, which is crazy. They made like
Amazing.
$5 or
Absolutely
$6
amazing.
million dollars, so
That
that's
you have,
amazing.
dude, that's incredible. A low budget independent horror movie that is basically unheard of except for our community
Right.
is becoming like a big name up there with Jason, Freddy, Michael. Like this is huge. Like I know it was on Today's Show, it was on Drew Barrymore's show.
New York
fucking big
Times, I
New York
think.
Times,
Yeah.
big name fucking celebrities are retweeting this fucking movie. This is huge. This is big for Damien Leone. I feel like this should have happened to Adam Green with the Hatchet series. And it kind of sucks that Damien Leone kind of took the mantle as the new Adam Green, doing everything Adam Green wished he did in his career. But I mean, Aid, you just saw it recently, right?
Yeah. So with this one, I will say that I think it's nice to have a new slasher. So I think that we can all, even if we
Goddamn
didn't
right.
enjoy this installment, I think we can all agree that Art the Clown is a very good slasher in the respect that he's scary. And
yeah.
he's kind of along the lines of Freddy in the sense that he has more, facial expressions, that he has more personality, right? And that's what we love about Freddy, is that Freddy has personality. Freddy speaks, just like Chucky in the same vein, right? But Chucky's always going to be the doll. Freddy can kind of be, amorphous. Is that word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Topa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amorphous. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sure.
and so can Art, right? He's always in the clown suit, but he puts the glasses on, he becomes a character. He puts things on, he becomes a character. He's like a caricature of what a slasher is. And he breaks the rules, which some people don't agree with. And sometimes I go back and forth with the whole gun thing because I'm just not,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't,
How do we all feel about that? Since you're talking about that.
I'm here for it.
I liked
totally,
it. I liked it a lot. I was a fan of during the clown cafe scene, right? The dream scene.
Well, and then even from the
shotgun.
first one, the first Terrifier, he has a handgun
I don't like it in the first one. I do like it in this one.
because it's a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I'm sorry, Doug. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No problem. So anyway, I watched it last night and I was beat tired. I worked 2 jobs yesterday, and the other one I play a mascot character, so I was like sweating like crazy. I was beat. So I watched Terrifier 2 with like no energy in me, and I don't know what it was, but I knocked out like after the movie on the couch, and I had a fucking nightmare of of not Art, but the little clown girl.
Oh yeah, the
okay.
creepy one.
Yeah, I had a dream I was out in my dumpsters throwing trash away, and she was like by the dumpsters going like that girl was scary. Like she's fucking terrifying.
So now, what is the point of her? Do we know? Does anybody have theories or speculations or what?
My thing is we had the opener, the cold opener, which starts where Terrifier 2 leaves off in the morgue, where Art comes back to life. He kills the mortician, whatever.
Oh, that was beautiful continuity.
That was
oh
great.
My god, that was amazing.
That Art was resurrected. Something supernatural resurrected him. It was him, maybe some other world entity, and that was that whole thing. Like where I speculated in the past that maybe Art is some kind of a trickster god, maybe a demigod, in the form of a clown. But then you have Art going to a laundromat, washing his suit. David Howard Thornton showing his bare ass, showing it all, showing his sack, showing what he's got. That sweet fucking dad bod. Never did push-ups in my life, but still cool as fuck with big dick energy. And then he's sitting there with the paper. And I know, Aid, you talked about like how Art doesn't talk, but he's a character. Is that Art doesn't have to talk, and I like that he doesn't because of his facial expressions. He's reading the paper, laughing at it, whatever. And then he turns and he sees the little creepy female Art the Clown, like 10-year-old version of himself, which was, when I saw that, my first thing was, what the fuck is this? You gotta be fucking kidding me. I just want Art to be Art. I don't want any more bullshit. But as the movie progressed, she really grew on me, and I feel like there's more to this character, and we don't know what Art is, and I like that a lot. I don't want to ever know what he is.
Yeah, I think an explanation would kind of ruin the magic of
absolutely
who Art is or what he is.
And that's, as the movie was progressing, we have our main character Sienna, who has a little brother, a mother, and a father that had passed away, who was a comic book artist that was drawing artwork of this character that she actually turned into, this Halloween costume, like this Valkyrie type thing with wings, a sword, all badass and shit. Totally awesome. Aid kind of reminded me of you. But then but you find out that the father fell into madness and killed himself or whatever. Now, my biggest concern watching Terrifier 2 was going to be something goofy that Art the Clown was her father, something like that, something that he knew the prophecy to this clown, and luckily we didn't get that, but we may still get that. I don't know. But there was definitely a lot to take in from this movie, especially with the runtime. And I'm rambling, so somebody else take it away.
Well, another thing I'd like to add too about this, the runtime does kind of suck, but there is some stuff with well, I gotta say that mom is the bitch. Like every time she was on, I'm like, oh, I hope
my
Art
God,
guts
I
are good.
hated her.
Yeah, what a bitchy mom.
And that was the only thing that felt unnatural about the film, because yeah, parents can be shitty, but the way the mom, I don't know if it was the actress, I don't know if it was the delivery, there was just something about the mom that was off.
The mom
And
was like the mom from Halloween Ends, Corey's mom.
Yeah, there was just some, oh my God, even she was better, right? Like my thing is with the mom, it was completely unnecessary. Like I don't think they needed a lot of backstory. I feel like, and eventually I would like to have Damien Leone on the show and like just ask him like, hey, what's going on? Like, what were you thinking? Like not like that, but like, what was your intention of these characters? Because I like that there was a lot of background. I like there's exposition for these characters. However, like, do we need it? We don't really need it. This is not the kind of film where I feel like you want to care about these characters, because the whole time I'm watching it, I'm assuming they're all going to die. I assumed it was like part one where the art is going to prevail and then everyone else is going to fucking die, which I assumed was going to happen. So it's like, why are we spending all this time with these characters? And it was cute in a way. I really liked the whole brother sister relationship. So I feel like if they just concentrated more on that and omitted the mom
Yeah.
and the dad issues and just had like the brother sister relationship, like the parents could be in the background, whatever kind of thing. I guess because if we wanted to kill the mom, so if we hate her, it's better when she dies, like we're excited about it.
Yeah,
But at the end of the
weird, though,
day, I don't know, because she's still a mother too, right? And like,
yeah, that was the thing. Like, she was a bitch, but then she'd have that moment where it's like, I'm just a bitch because I'm a single mother.
well, she's a single
Like,
mom. I don't think he portrayed that very well. And
No.
I don't know if it was the writing or if it was the actress. I
I
really
want to say
don't know.
both.
There
Both
was
on that.
something off about all of her scenes.
The way she
'Cause-
delivered her lines, yeah, I don't know. They didn't really hit right for me, but I know exactly what you mean, Aid. I agree.
Yeah.
100%. Something.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm watching this movie for the gore and the kills and art. So at the end of the day, I'm
Yeah.
like, who fucking
Yes.
cares?
And that's another thing. So
Yeah.
so then why have all of this extra time with these characters? So I see what Damien is trying to do. He's trying to
Yeah.
like kind of make it a little bit of a deeper film, which I appreciate. But at the end of the day, are we here for these people? Like, no. Like the best character for me was her best friend. Well, the one who drugs
Which
her.
best friend?
The one who drugs her.
Oh,
I loved her. Like,
okay.
like she's
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I wouldn't drug my friends, but she's me. She's partying. She's got her boyfriend. She's having a good time. She's fucking around. Like, that's me. Like, I love that. And I hated that she died because like she was so much fun. I'm like, she's more fun than the other one, right? But and then the one who died in the bedroom, like whatever. That was just, and that was that.
That was
that's
fun.
my thing
That was
is
a fun
that
scene.
I like
I
the
get to
bedroom.
school. I got to school the other day, and the kids are like, "Well, did you see Terrifier 2?" And I'm like, how the hell did you get in to see Terrifier 2? Because I'm talking, because my first period I have an elective, so I have sophomores in that class, and this kid is like yay high, and then he's talking to me about Terrifier 2. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable discussing this with you. I'm sorry, but like, he's like, oh no, it's a good movie. My mom took me. I'm like, your mom took you.
What? Holy shit.
Good mom,
What do you mean
good
your
mom.
mom took you to see
Oh,
this?
do you mean did the mom like just drop her off and then she went to Applebee's to get some Alabama black snake? Like, is
Just
that-
dropped her
Dude.
kids off at the movie theater, and he ushered them in and left.
I
Oh
was
my
6
God.
fucking years old watching USA Up All Night basket case with my mom. So
But you were home. This is like you have to go buy a ticket, go to the movie theater, and sit through this. Like because
2.5 hours for a mom. For a mom, I don't know. Man. That's pretty
2
brutal.
fucking hours, and and the movie theaters here are no joke. Like I mean, because I grew up in Orlando. Like I remember we couldn't even go in to see an American Pie. I had to get my mom to come walk us in, and then
Yep.
she'd sneak out halfway through. Like
the
you know what I
worst,
mean?
the worst fucking movie I watched with my mom was Serial Mom. Like that was,
What?
I had to
Why?
like, there were a few scenes where I was like, I'm just gonna walk out of the room real quick. Like I just watching that with my mom was weird. Like I
Oh,
should
specifically
have.
with you like the movie though, right?
Oh, Serial Mom.
Okay,
Fucking love
just
it.
making sure. Saw that
Love
recently for the
it.
first time, and it was like this is a new favorite of
Oh
mine.
my God, Kathleen Turner. What a fucking
Brilliant
rock
movie.
she
Love it.
was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like me. I remember the first time I snuck into a movie theater was for Saw 3 because I would think I was like 16 or whenever that was. And then I
Oh my
also
God. I was like 18 or 19.
when
Shut
Saw
the
3
fuck
came
up,
out.
Aid. I was literally 38 when that came out.
Oh,
Like,
that's true. Grandpa Mike, I forget. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, and then I bought a ticket to go see
Well,
I bought a ticket to go see Garfield and I went into Bruno. So
that's what we used to do. We'd buy tickets to other movies. I remember because I wanted to see Freddy versus Jason. They wouldn't let us in. So we bought tickets for some bullshit movie that year and then walked
Yeah.
into
that's
You have
what
to
my
buy it.
brother
You have to
used
make
do.
sure it's on the same side. You buy the ticket for a PG movie on that side or whatever. That's back before we could actually, just go pick your seats. Nowadays, you can't sneak into shit because it's all digital. You have to pick your seats.
you have to pick
So,
your seat.
yeah, it'd be really
Yeah.
hard to sneak in now. But it's funny you said the first movie you snuck into was Saw 3 because mine was actually Saw 2.
the Saw
yeah,
Bros.
yeah. So that's funny. That was the first one we snuck into. We bought tickets for another movie and walked right into Saw 2. So that's funny.
Oh,
Good
I
movie, man.
remember I saw that. We got drunk at the bar and then walked over to the movie theater
Nice.
by UCF. Oh, those are the memories. Anyways, but and that's my thing with this one. I think it's universal. Like I think that everybody can enjoy it. Like we enjoyed it as adults. I don't know. I mean, Austin, did you like it?
Terrifier 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's like I'm kind of with Jake on it. Just needed to be shorter for me. Slashers for
Yeah.
me, like I need it to be like 125. Like the first one was 124. Perfect. 228, way too fucking long. I don't need a backstory on all the characters, but needless to say, the fucking gore was crazy. I mean, that bedroom scene alone has stuck with me for like a week or two after I watched that, where he's just ripping that person apart. Like, definitely worth it for the gore, but just a bit too long for me.
I really, really enjoyed, and it was a long scene, but I thoroughly enjoyed the two of them, which I felt were longer than they should have been. But I'm like, what would you cut? The Clown Cafe dream sequence, and I love
Yeah.
the scene where Sienna is she's buying her new wings at the costume shop. It was long, but my God, that was creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
that
it was
was
like that's when Art's just doing his thing of staring at her.
Having
So,
a good time. That
yeah.
was like the equivalent to the diner scene. The shit that we could have done without was all that bullshit at the school. And
Yeah.
as much as I love Rose, oh my God, why did I just forget her name? That's because I drank like 5 fingers of whiskey. Help me out.
Well, did you like her name,
Miss?
Miss Princip?
There it is. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Felissa Rose was there.
Jesus fuck.
Oh,
She
Stella, be quiet. Sorry.
Stella Shush.
I-
She should have been the if anything, I know they brought her on after they filmed all the mom scenes because Damien became friends with her at doing conventions.
Yeah.
Same thing with Chris Jericho at the end of the movie, where him and Damien became buddies just from doing like Jericho's podcasts and stuff. And Damien was like, "Yo, Chris, we could have you in the movie. We have some extra scratch." Which I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but Chris Jericho wasn't allowed to tell anybody he was in that movie. Don't roll your eyes. I got Chris Jericho so fucking drunk he told me he was in that movie.
No, don't you feel special?
Hey man, what can I say?
Anyway.
We're boys. We know each other on a first name basis.
Anyway. But
They're gonna
Felissa
say
Rose.
Jericho and I docked.
Oh no, you mean Chris and I docked.
But no, Felissa Rose was in it. I didn't know it. And like I was the last one to see it. And I was like, I was texting Micah. I'm like, you didn't tell me Felissa Rose.
But her cameo
like,
was pointless.
so-
She didn't die. They didn't do anything with her.
No, but it's just fun to see her. So of course
It
I'm sitting
was
here watching.
cool.
I'm like, it's
Yeah.
Felissa Rose. And like,
It
yeah,
was
no idea
cool
what I'm
seeing
like, oh my
her,
God.
but like also those fucking kids that the brother was hanging out with, Art should have killed them. Art should have killed Felissa. Like if you're gonna introduce all these fucking characters, kill them.
No, just to have her as a cameo, I think that's fine. I mean,
Kill her.
I don't. Why? No, there's no
Kill
reason
them
to kill
all.
her.
All
Thank
of
you.
them.
I just think there
Kill
was
her.
there was a lot of unnecessary fluff in this movie, and I get it. Like he wrote it. It's like Jake always says, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. He didn't want to get rid of anything. You want to keep it all. There are some good elements to it. My issue is that is not very in the tone of what Terrifier and All Hallows Eve was, right? Like it's just a brand new movie with Art the Clown, which is fine. However, I don't think it's necessarily a Terrifier 2. So if he had marketed it as something else, because we have All Hallows Eve, we have Terrifier. And Terrifier is so good. And we did a whole interview, Austin, I don't know if you know, with Jenna Cannell, who is amazing, by the way. I absolutely adore her and I love her to death. And I wish that she was in this film.
Well, they killed her, Aid.
I know she died. Whatever. She could have came back in a dream or something.
No,
like
they killed
like
her.
when they brought Justin Long back in what was it?
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers
Yeah.
2.
I know.
He's in the cornfield, like, don't go this way.
You know what?
No
Aid,
eyes.
Aid, she's dead. She's dead forever.
Whatever. My thing is that I just like I don't know. I liked it a lot, but I was talking before we started. I was telling Mike, I'm like, I don't remember what the fuck happened at the end, and I just watched this movie. Although I did have a bunch of mimosas, so maybe that has something to do with it. Like, what happened at the end? And that's my thing. It's like a Terrifier just left me like, and this one did too. There's so many good kills. I just don't know. I don't hate it. I don't know if I like it better, or I don't know if I was.
I prefer part one, and it's mainly because like you said, all the kills were good. All the kills in this were fucking awesome. Everything down to something as simple as getting blown in the face with a shotgun.
Oh, when he had the mom's head as the candy ball.
Yeah, like that's like that was
great.
cool as fuck. But like,
So good.
but at the same time, like, what is your main takeaway from Terrifier? Is that he had a chick hung upside down, and by the way, upside down boobs look awesome. We didn't get any upside down tittery in this one. Big letdown. But there wasn't that one kill that really stood out. Like, they were all fucking cool. They were awesome. They were fun. I needed that one thing to really kind of stand out.
And
I
that
felt like they
hangout,
all kind of.
yeah, like that particular scene, like gets people who are not even into horror, because I remember like that was the only thing Dan talked about for weeks. He was telling people about this movie, he hates my movies, can't stand it. But he was like, oh my God, we're gonna hang her upside down, and just saw her and a half. Like, he was so happy telling people this. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like,
well, actually, I think the first kill with the doctor, where he's like, he pulls his eyeball out, and then like, I thought that was creepy. I think because he was just doing more stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
I
was
thought he was
good,
gonna
yeah.
keep it in there. I was hoping he would,
Yeah.
But you
but he pops
forget
it back out.
Yeah, but because of the runtime and the amount of fucking kills that you get and how over the top they all were, you forget that. You forget that he killed the guy at the laundromat. Like, it's all fucking forgettable.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so many of them and they're so over the top.
Yeah.
And there wasn't that one kill that really stood out.
The bedroom scene, really? That was mine. I thought that was like, holy shit.
And
That
in
was
fact,
the-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying that was the one for me that stood out. It was, obviously the one upside down from the first one, and then the bedroom when he's just like literally ripping someone in half. I was like, Jesus Christ, I need to bleach my eyes out after that one.
Yeah. It's pretty good for a guy that didn't do a push-up before.
Never done a push-up in his life.
Well, and but the thing is though too, when he did all of that, especially when he scalps her, it's very cartoonish in my opinion, because he does it with like cuticle scissors or whatever he does it with. Like, it's not. I think that it's more visceral. In my opinion, the more visceral scalping would be the one from Hannibal, where he takes Ray Liotta's head off.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh God, yeah.
Or even in the Lost Boys, when one of the surf Nazis is getting scalped, like that shows like this was cute. Like, it was
You're
cute.
right.
And I don't know if that was
Cartoonish.
intentional to be cute because he's a clown. I don't know.
He's
the
art, yeah.
And not just that, like the fact that he runs out of the room and you think it's over, and he comes, back with like salt and vinegar, and he's all fucking happy and shit. Like, to me, that was funny. Hanging the chick upside down and sawing her from her chooch to her sternum was disturbing. Like, that bedroom scene to me, that was just a good time.
It felt like a kid's show. Like, it was like a yellow wall.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, no one's talked about it, even on like stuff. But I feel like the most disturbing thing in the first one was when he like skins that lady and wears her skin. Like, it's really creepy. It's like an old factory.
He walks up like this. I'm like, no. Yeah, he's doing all this stuff. And no, that was holy shit.
Yeah.
Forever burned in my brain.
It's so visceral, and that's what I think is so special about this type of slasher, because I don't think we have. And unfortunately, like, Michael could have been something, right, at this point with this new trilogy, and Michael just fell flat. And now we have
Art.
Art who can do all of these things, and I think he kind of embodies what Freddy Krueger will never be able to do again. Because honestly, the only person who can really embody Freddy Krueger is, Robert Englund. I mean, we've tried to bring another Freddy, but it just didn't, it didn't pan out. So
That wasn't his fault.
and it's not his fault, because I think what's his name is a great actor. That's not,
Yeah.
but it's not the point. I think that
That wasn't his fault. It was he was trying to do his own thing, and they kept saying no, do it.
Yeah,
like Robert.
well, of
Yeah.
course, and that's my thing. It's like, we're not going to have, like, it's really hard to bring Freddy back, but having Art as something new and fresh and wonderful is so great, especially for this genre, because, like, my kids were talking about it. So when my kids talk about these things, like, I know that it's relevant for the younger audience. So that would be like us when we were kids talking about, I mean, what the fuck happened when we were kids? Jeepers Creepers, I think, was like when we were, no.
Well, well, when I
Maybe
was
not
watching
Micah.
this, I felt like this is what I feel like, because this movie is unrated, like, in theaters. So I feel like a lot of kids, this is a big word of mouth thing. A lot of kids are saying, "Oh, I know that we're gonna go see the scariest movie ever. We're not allowed to see it, but we're gonna go." So it's like, if you're a kid like Goonies age and whatnot, it's like, I could imagine it being like an adventure. It's like, we're gonna go sneak into Terrifier 2. It's forbidden to see it.
Yeah, dude, this is like that whole thing, like when we were kids, and it's like you heard about a movie like Battle Royale, or you heard about Last House on the Left, but you had to like go through a lot of bullshit to get a copy of one of those movies.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
even when this is
new
out,
movie, this is that new movie for kids. Like, this is their Last House on the Left. This is their Salo. Like, this is big.
Okay,
man.
no. Nobody's movie is Salo.
I was waiting for you to jump in on
So
that. I was having
don't
fuck
ever,
that
and
movie.
it's Solo, and it's Solo, and we're not talking about that
it's,
fucking movie. I hate that
Halo,
movie.
right? It's called Halo.
Anyway, no, I agree with you though. I think that every generation should have a film that's probably going to, kind of not just scare them. I don't think it's so much scary as it is intense and like in your face, kind of a gut wrench, like something that you've never seen before, kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, let me interject for a second here. So like I said, like, this one's for the kids to go see, because I saw on Facebook, Damien Leone reshared it too. But apparently there's a moms group that they're making a petition. They're like, the clown needs to stop. This is horrible. I hate it.
Fuck yes, that's right. God damn it. I am so happy. I am so fucking happy we have that shit. That is fucking awesome. That is the same shit Tipper Gore did, and we got that parental advisory shit that made music even fucking cooler. Like, we need that. We need Moms Against Terrifier. And also, we need another fucking satanic panic.
So it's the same Karens bitching about Hocus Pocus 2 putting spells in your children, right?
Oh, but this actually warrants it. I think this warrants it, because this is pretty brutal. But kids have this. We didn't have this back in the days. The kids have a phone. Yeah. So the porn box, but kids see that thing. It's like Moms Against. Kids cannot see Terrifier. If I was a kid now, that would make me want to go see Terrifier. Hell or high water, I will find a way to watch this movie.
Cool. So we're going to see that this weekend, right? Yeah, got it. Let's do it. Yeah. Yep. Same. Fucking same.
It's interesting because my mom didn't give a fuck what I was watching, right? Like, she would walk me in and then leave. Like, she didn't care. She was like, just go away.
But I mean, this isn't streaming anywhere or anything like that. So in order for kids to see it, they've got to figure out a plan to sneak the fuck into a theater to see it.
Yep.
And that's my thing too, is that it's a new generation. So that's what I think is so beautiful about this, because, what else do we have? It's really, I don't think it's very easy to create a new slasher. Like, you see all these movies trying to do it.
Oh my god. And like, it's like look back on.
I don't want to interject you, Micah, but some of the kids did see the Trash Juice trailer, so now they're all interested in that.
Did you say Mia T. Curtains is a new icon?
I'm sure I'll be fired soon, but until then,
no. Not like
it's Florida.
Well, I think I told you guys about the guy who played the priest, right?
I'm good.
Oh yeah, in the group chat, you're talking about how that guy was like he felt misrepresented.
Oh
or
my
something.
god! Did you send the screenshots of his messages? He was
I sent it to the
group. Those horrible messages.
Yeah, he said, like, he called me when we were watching Halloween Ends, and I didn't answer. I'm like, oh, I'll just let it go to voicemail. And then he sends me the text. He's like, I can't believe how disgusting your movie was. If I would have known it was this disgusting, I would have never brought my daughter. I'm ashamed of being in this movie. And I'm like, dude, the
Good.
movie's called Trash Juice. What did you
It's like-
expect?
What did you expect, brother?
That guy was a total bitch. Like he wrote Doug a whole dissertation, and I'm reading it in the car as we're racing to the fucking airport, even though I didn't leave anyway. Well, I did leave and I came back. But
And he's done trauma movies too, so I don't get it. I don't
that's
know.
what he said. He
That's
does
wild.
his trauma
That's
movies. I'm like,
weird.
you're doing trauma movies, but you're gonna bitch about trauma movies and making me watch and I don't get offended very easily, and I get very offended by trauma. And you're gonna like bitch about this shit. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Hey, are
Like,
you telling me you don't like trauma?
I didn't say I didn't like
I
trauma.
know, I'm fucking with you.
I'm shut up, but it's your fault. I had to watch it, so I'll never
You're
forgive
welcome.
you for that.
Tro
Yeah.
March, Tro March, Tro March.
There's no. But Austin, if you guys want to get on our trauma nonsense, I'm sure there's more movies that we could do at some
Oh,
point.
funny.
absolutely. I'm always down for a good trauma flick. Always.
Okay.
So back
I
on
feel like I
art.
think it's a boys thing. I don't know what that is, but anyway.
Maybe, yeah. Gabby likes Class of Nukem High, if that helps.
I like Class of
She
Nukem
does
High
like that
and
one.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I
Oh, and she
like-
likes that one too. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Lemon.
and I
No
I
toxic.
No,
Oh,
she doesn't
okay.
like that one. Yeah. I know.
Toxie's cute. I do like but I didn't watch Toxie until we watched it. But you know what I did like was Terrifier. And I don't know why. No, I didn't watch Kabuki Man because it's
You
so
know
fucking
that's
racist. I didn't watch that one.
Terra Firmer is my favorite trauma flick, dude.
I know.
We've covered that.
We covered that 2 years. It's been 2 years. Can you believe that? Oh my
It's
god.
been 2 years.
Why are we like it? We're just all doing Austin. I don't know how long Frightmares has been going on, but we've been doing this for too fucking long. This is so sad.
This is year 4. I actually met Jake way back, like around my first year of doing it, and
Okay.
we had been trying to do episodes back and forth for months, and so it's taken about like 2 or 3 years to actually do one. But here we are.
Here we
Scheduling
are.
scheduling conflicts, and I think the time difference is always a struggle. So
Hey,
Well,
back on. Oh, sorry.
No, but I'm in the same time zone, so like now
Yeah.
it doesn't matter anymore.
now
So
it doesn't
yay.
matter.
So back on art. Now, Aid, you were comparing art to Freddy, where, like you said, Robert Englund is the only one that could truly play Freddy Krueger. David Howard. Now I know we had another actor play as Art the Clown in All Hallows Eve,
Yeah.
and the movie before that too was a different actor. I feel like at this point, David Howard Thornton is the only one that could play Art the Clown. Now picture it; it's like 10 years in the future. We have Terrifier 5 coming out, and it's like a Jason Voorhees situation where we have
Has
like,
he gained weight?
a different.
Set the scene. Does he now have a bigger dad body than he had? at the beginning? I mean, my thing is like I think I agree with you. I agree with you to an extent because I think that if you have
You can't have somebody
the-
else play as Art.
if you have the pantomime that Art has, right,
Yeah.
down to a T, then you could play it because he's not speaking. And I think that's what the problem is with Freddie, because Freddie speaks.
It's that
I
voice too
don't-
that England
Like
does.
no one else
Yes.
was gonna be Chucky. Like when we had the Child's Play remake, yeah, it was cute. We liked it for what it was, but
I
it was
liked
not
it.
it was not a Child's Play movie because we don't have Brad Dourif as Chucky.
Yeah,
and
he's
that-
the only one. Yeah.
I mean, I
Brad
love
Dourif,
Mark
there will
Hamill.
never be another Brad Dourif. Yeah, I mean,
No.
and that's the only reason they got away with it because it was fucking Mark Hamill, and nobody's gonna be upset
Yeah.
with Luke Skywalker
And
being fucking
nobody
Chucky.
says anything
does
bad
voice-
about Mark Hamill.
No, and he does great voice work. So it's like I'm not mad at him at all, but it's like it
It's
wasn't. It
Joker.
didn't feel like Chucky. You know what I
It's
mean?
not a Chucky movie. It is
Yeah.
a separate film in and of itself. It is
Yeah.
not a Chucky
Sure.
fucking movie.
It's
My
just like
thing
the
is-
just like the Michael verse. How there's a bunch of different Michael Myers.
Yeah, but there's a
But,
bunch
like-
of Jasons, right?
Okay, Jason's one thing. I firmly believe that there cannot be another actor portraying Art the Clown. It won't fucking work. Just like in Freddy's Revenge, where they had that other cocksucker playing him in a couple scenes where he looks like fucking Frankenstein walking around. Nobody else is gonna emote the way David does his Art. And I know you said like get the mannerisms down and stuff, but it just won't be the same.
Well, but that's the thing, though. In All Hallows Eve, I was scared. I haven't watched the movie since I watched it. when I
But it was
first watched
different.
it.
It was different. It was a different.
It was
I felt like it was a different
fucking
character.
scary though.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
it was.
He was scary, and I still think when I think about him, like I can't sleep at night. Like he's peeking around the corner and waiting. I'm like, that is fucking scary.
I don't
Like
know,
it's
Doug.
a scary movie.
Doug,
I
how do
don't
you
know.
feel about that? Do you think David could be the only one to portray as Art from here on out?
Well, he does a really good job. Like I said, there was another actor that played Art in All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like it wasn't fleshed out. Well, the thing is, it's weird because this is a brand new character, so he kind of molded it after himself. So it's
Yes.
now if someone has to do it, you obviously know that, oh, well, this person is trying to mimic, David Howard Thornton.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's going to always be that kind of thing. But I mean, he's in the makeup. So if you never told anyone,
I
maybe
didn't know there was a different person playing him until you guys told me. Until I was mansplained that it was a different actor. But
You're welcome.
Yeah, maybe if they get someone who I don't know, maybe someone could play him. But I feel like he puts off like if they can get that smile down and everything. I don't know. I think there's more room for that little creepy clown girl. I think people could play her. She was fucking scary.
It's
So-
gonna have to be a different actress in the next movie because we want that to be a kid, right? By the time the next Terrifier rolls out,
Like 6 years.
probably 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, how fucking long it's gonna take Damien to make the next one. That kid's already gonna be able to like legally vote.
Oh well, he's gonna get bankrolled on the next one because the budget of this was
yeah.
250,000 and it made what 8 million.
6 million right
Five-
now. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have a plenty for his next one, which I'm sure he's gonna do. Only makes
Of
sense.
course. Well,
Yeah.
then that's why we have to get him on the show now.
Before he gets
I
too
mean-
big.
I've been
'cause-
sliding into the DMs and he responds to me. So I'm just slowly trying to just like, hey.
So-
Yeah,
Show me your eyes.
Well, I have to work
Show
my
him that
magic.
tittery.
Yeah, the tits.
The tittery.
I know I'm the only one who has it. So who the hell's gonna do it besides me?
Yeah,
My thing
Coker's
is that-
Coker's gone.
I
Yeah.
know, bless his heart.
Look at Dish.
My thing is okay. I think that it's a good movie. I liked it. I loved it when I love the whole sibling aspect to it. Maybe that comes back to the fact that I love the Lost Boys. Like I love it. I love Jeepers Creepers and I love films that have the sibling or even like fucking stupid House of Wax, right? When you have the sibling aspect to it, because I always try to put myself into that because like I'm like, okay, if your boyfriend, girlfriend, somebody's already gonna die. But like when you have siblings, you know that when they're both gonna typically survive, right? And with this one, when he's whipping her with that thing and she like just goes over her brother and I'm like, oh, because like, my brother is way bigger than me. He's younger than me, but he's way bigger than me. And I always think like, I always have that like stupid need to like have to protect him, right? Like if girls pissing him off or whatever, like I'm always like, okay, I'm in your corner. Like he's like way bigger than me. Like
Cute.
if you saw my brother, he's like that, and he's younger than me, but he's my baby brother, and I will fucking fight you. Like it's fine. Like I just think it's cute, and I just think that like there was heart to this one, but you don't need that in a Terrifier film. I don't think you need that. And-
Yeah, I agree with you totally. And the thing is, okay, here's something I didn't care for, and I wish it didn't go that supernatural route. When Art throws her in like that weird lighted
I
pit.
was gonna bring this up, is that with the four of us the
Well,
four of us haven't really brought this up yet. Is the fucking Sword of Destiny?
yeah, I didn't like that. I was like, I was like Trump. Oh, this is so hokey.
I think I blocked it out though. I blocked it out because I'm like, I did have a couple of mimosas, but that's not.
Refresh my
point.
memory on this one. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen it. What are we referring to here? The sword of what?
See,
He
Austin-
throws her in the
Austin had
basement.
mimosas too.
Yeah, he throws her in the basement, and it's like this kind of like powder room light on the floor, and then she's in this water case.
She's at the Clown Cafe. She's dying. She's becoming one of Art's victims.
Okay, yeah.
It
But
was a metaphor, Doug.
oh, it was a metaphor. I thought it was going all supernatural and
I think
spooky.
that part was a metaphor. The fact that she was
Like-
in the Clown Cafe drowning, I think that
It's
was a metaphor.
metaphor, Doug.
See, did we need it? Couldn't we just have her go like and just wake up and go like, okay?
Okay.
That would have saved 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But well, yeah, that's true. I think that the timing issue was bad.
Brother, there's a lot that would have saved 15 minutes in this fucking movie.
Well, the whole mom thing had to go. I'm sorry. That
Yeah.
had to go.
And I think it's because he also had so long to work on it too, because COVID hit right around the time they started filming. So he had a lot of extra time. And he even said that. Did you guys stay to the end of the credits?
Oh,
and
yeah.
watch?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he said, so I think he also had a lot of time to put as much as he wanted to in there. Had he made it without COVID hitting, I think we probably would have got a shorter film, honestly. I don't know. I feel like that's what would have happened.
Dude, we could have got an hour and a half, and then we could have got the director's cut with the 2:20 runtime.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost would have rathered that. Get a nice, 90-minute or less in theaters, and then director's cut, boom, 2.5 hours. Like, holy shit. I think that would have been a way to go. But I mean, nonetheless, I still loved it. Like, it's still a lot of fun.
And as much as it's cool to see like the cameos and stuff, I just feel like the little brother, they're like, oh, he brought a dead possum to school. All that subplot could have been cut out because you could have made it weird. It's like he's just looking at the computer and stuff.
Since we're talking about like subplots and shit like that, how did we feel about the post credits with our main man Chris Jericho popping up there at the end there with Art's rebirth?
I didn't see it because I had to still make 2 hours for Hellraiser.
Oh shit, you didn't see that?
I didn't see the post credits.
Yeah, go back and watch that. Go back and watch it.
Austin, did you see that?
I don't recall now. I don't know.
All right, so
okay.
No, I'm not talking about it. We literally spoiled the whole fucking movie. Can I not spoil this for these two cuts?
No, can you just wait a second? I'm while I'm editing this episode. This part I'm taking out.
Take you out.
Because Micah.
Dang.
Because oh my god, I hate you.
Call me Micah.
Because I bootlegged this movie, and that's why we all could see it. So I don't know if this was in the theatrical release or not. So I'm cutting Damien, I love you. I'm cutting this out. I will send him a check. Okay, I didn't mean to, but I'm old and I can't stay up at 8:40.
Brother made a lot of money, Aid. He's fine.
He made. We already said we're gonna buy Blu-rays.
But that's not the point. I just I really feel so badly about that. Like I would never do that to Doug, right? Like, we're independent filmmakers. Anyways, my thing
bootleg street trash. I mean street trash, Jesus Christ. I bootleg trash juice.
Yeah, I sent like bootleg. Trash juice was $500 to make,
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Oh, well, send a copy to Austin.
I'm gonna bootleg ski mountain massacre.
Austin, the depravity can join that little mom group.
So the three of you didn't see fucking Chris Jericho. Okay.
No, I saw the Chris Jericho thing because I was like, I was like, oh, there's Chris Jericho, and I'm like, who gives a fuck? I'm like, oh, this is why Michael likes this movie.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Chris Jericho is a cool fucking dude. He's a rock star.
Oh my god. I only tolerate him because he's best friends with M Shadows, and
they're not best friends. They just did a song together.
Because they talk about each other all the time. So you just shush your mouth over here.
The lead singer
it's because Micah knows all the girls who fucks Chris, whatever his name is. Just because you know all of them doesn't mean you know anything.
It must be getting dark out there, Aid, because your green screen's turning off power.
I know. Well, Austin knows. It's twilight. It's past twilight.
Yeah.
Doug and I could still go outside and get a tan.
Yeah, see? Tomorrow, we're not recording, right?
And this is why I fell asleep at the premiere, because
I have to pee.
2:00 in the morning. And anyways, doesn't matter. I can't go to the West Coast. My jet lag is horrible. Anyways, continue.
And in June, you're coming. Okay, are we back to the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, where do we leave off at?
Okay, so then we get that post-credit scene with Chris Jericho and how awesome it is that Art didn't actually die, that Art was rebirthed through the character from the first movie where he eats her face off. The one with the fucked up face, like from that chick from Nope.
She had really good hair, though.
Oh, she had great hair,
very
fucked
well.
up face. You know what? Put
a trash bag.
Bless her heart. She tried.
Trash bag over her head. You got yourself a real 10 out of 10 right there. I tell you what. But anyways, Art the Clown pops out of her fucking chooch, an umbilical cord tied to his fucking head. Chris Jericho's eating eyeballs. What a great fucking ending of the movie. Leaving it up to another Terrifier that we could all wait for. Like Austin, you said, another 10 years or so.
Well, fuck, I feel bad for walking out of the theater early, so I'll have to go back to the theater this weekend and rewatch it to see that.
Yeah, it is in 1,500 plus theaters this weekend, so I might have to go check it out too on my
That's
AMC
right. Everybody
A-list.
celebrate Halloween by seeing Terrifier. Give it money. Support independent horror. This
But
is
don't
fucking
sneak
awesome.
in. Make sure you gotta get your mom to buy tickets so you can at least give Damien Leone more money.
Yeah, that's right. He needs it. He's starving. Have you seen him? He's got to eat. He's too skinny. Feed him. But not just now. We talked about Halloween. We talked about Hellraiser. We talked about Terrifier too. But the fact is that this month alone has pumped out a fistful of goddamn real good horror movies. You got Dashcam. You got Deadstream. You got My Best Friend's Exorcism, VHS 99. My God. I think there's some other ones that popped out of that pussy, that Halloween
We have
pussy.
trash juice.
Yes, trash juice for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he battles Art the
Doug,
Clown eating shit.
Yeah, Doug eats a bunch of shit in it. It's great. This has been a great fucking month for horror. 2022, horror is going strong. The world is fucking falling apart, but god damn it, do we have horror?
Well, okay, I just want to ask this. Do we think that this is actually a pretty good year for horror? I don't know if you guys agree.
Great fucking year. This is
I
one of the
have,
best years in years.
Let me see. I think I have so far this year for horror. I have 3 5-star horror movies, which I usually get one a year that I've been doing Letterboxd. Yeah, 3 so far, and there's still more to come. We got coming out.
Dude, it's insane how the fucking year is gone. You got Black Phone, you got X, you got Pearl,
Micah.
Hey, god damn it! I'm full of methamphetamines. Let me have my fun.
You got the Barbarian.
Goddamn fucking Michael Myers didn't do shit all Halloween's end. Let me have this.
Micah, take a deep breath. Doug,
sorry.
Please share with us.
Yes, well, Michael Myers has been steamrolled. He's dead. He's maggot food, and people are pissing all over him. So I think Michael Myers had to die so we can get all these wonderful movies like Barbarian and Hugo de Basuda and Terrifier 2.
I'm so excited.
They treated Michael Myers like he's a fucking Christmas tree.
My thing is, well, and this is it, because like this year, I don't know if we would have all of this if it wasn't for the pandemic, because if you think about it, the pandemic gave us nothing, right? Like
everyone was that old lady that was hanging from the Christmas lights in Halloween ends.
Year, man, the whole year.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if this like all kind of like was a catalyst to this year being such a good year in horror, because there's so much content. Like, how can we keep up? And especially with Barbarian, like I'm like so fucking excited for Barbarian. You have no idea.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
No, because I want a moment to myself where nobody.
Guys, I watched half of it last night, and I fell asleep watching
on HBO Max.
It was a good time.
It's great. Yeah, it's kind of like Castle Freak and People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, I know, and it's just like I'm so excited over it.
Yeah, Aid. The less you know going into it, the better.
Yeah.
Because holy
that's what
fuck.
everybody says.
Yeah.
And like,
what a good
you
time.
will not see any of that movie coming. There's no way to predict any of it.
You won't even see me
so
coming.
many tonal shit. Jesus Christ.
You'll see me coming. It's just, for it's a different movie.
Austin, welcome to Trash Juice. This is your future.
Yes.
You're happy.
Hey, did you say trash juice?
I'm here for it.
I didn't say trash juice. Trash.
Well, we'll have to get Austin if we do another movie. So.
Oh yeah, we'll get Austin in there, and so
we'll have Austin in Ski Mountain Massacre.
Ski Mountain Massacre, Micah's movie coming soon.
Goddamn right, baby.
Coming soon. What about I was just watching our videos from when we were in Hollywood, and remember the bathroom, the 10 wet women. Somebody like scratched
handicapped women.
Somebody scratched 10 wet handicapped women into the girls' bathroom, and Doug just so happened to be in there.
Where was this at?
That was at the Blood
Diner.
Oh, Blood. Yeah, there was. Yeah. Oh, there is. And I walked out of the woman's, because the woman's. I don't know why I went in the woman's restroom. I don't know.
Because the men's was disgusting.
The men's was locked.
There was shit on the wall that said, "Help me, I'm in hell."
So Doug went into the women. So because her and I were pissed off. We're like, we have to pee, and like we can't get in the bathroom because Doug went in there. I'm like, Doug, you're in the wrong bathroom. And then there's somebody scratched in 10 wet women like 10 wet over the women's
I
side.
don't think it said wet.
Well, it could have been the
It said
ingredients
wet.
from
It does
Blood
have
Diner.
video.
You know, it's like 6 dog dicks, 6 virgin hairs. So,
Wet
yeah.
women.
And then after we're all talking of like a film made by Doug Watt, Doug like flies the door open.
Oh, I love trash. Hollywood's great for that. And then there was a bowl of weed, and I didn't know if it was puke or shit.
A pile of
Oh my
puke
God,
and shit.
he was smoking weed off a crackhead on the side of the street.
And then there was it was like a drugged out transsexual
I don't know what that was, dude.
Glenn Close.
And then every time like a crackhead came near us,
Excuse me.
that was coming at us violently, like all of us got
Oh,
quiet.
we get quiet?
Yeah, we all
It
got
was
quiet.
like-
That was our defense
Like
mechanism.
it was like
Jurassic
a
Park.
Tyrannosaurus Rex was coming to get us. We were like, if we just stay still, we'll go.
Maybe it
away.
won't see us.
Well, and then there was a guy with a box. It's like he was kind of like Art the Clown. He like just did that toothy grin.
I don't know. Austin, you have to go to Hollywood. It's a
It
racket.
sounds like a fucking blast. Let me
It
It's
is
tell
like-
a racket.
It's like Orlando on shrooms and steroids all at the same time while having a hernia.
Oh my God, no.
like
It was
compared to-
literally
I've been to Vegas. What's it like compared to Vegas?
Vegas, you
Vegas-
just get shot and end up on hood site. So
That's
Vegas
true,
was
yeah.
PG compared to Hollywood.
Oh,
like I was
Lord.
like, this is
Can you drink in the streets in
ridiculous.
Hollywood?
it's
I-
not.
I
not
didn't
allowed.
try. I
It's not-
didn't try because
frowned
there was
upon.
vomit everywhere. So
Oh,
I don't know if you
God.
want to try.
Well, you know what you could do? I've seen people do it. They wear those military camelbacks with the little hoses, and they put
Oh.
Bacardi in there and just drink it.
Oh
So-
man, that's actually pretty smart. Never thought about that. one.
Yeah,
All right.
Micah would
Alright.
know. Micah
All
would
right.
know.
What would I know?
Drinking vodka out of camel packs.
Oh yeah, dude. That's how you do it. Yeah.
But-
No
Anyway.
hesitation. Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, we do. So we're gonna plan our Texas Frightmares trip. So guys, everybody listening, all of our fans, all of our 12 Patreon members that y'all wanna head out. I think that Texas Frightmares will be probably the best like thing coming up next year.
Okay,
Like,
now you say that about the Texas Nightmares, Frightmares, whatever, but I think that our trip out to the haunted Pyramid Lake at the end of June is going to be even better.
yes. So
Yeah, I'm
there's a-
excited for that. Now we're gonna find that cabin with a fruit cellar, right? That we have to hike 15 miles
Okay,
to.
so now
Yeah.
we have to now.
But that's
Austin,
what I said because
I-
I'm not going anywhere without mimosas. So who the hell's carrying all of my wine?
Well, they'll
That's
be
what I
in the
wanna
fruit
know.
cellar. We'll make our own wine.
Doug and
Yeah,
I
the fruit cellar fermenting off some dead body at the bottom of the street. I don't want that.
You know
Like,
what?
add
First off, the way
flavor.
you guys are talking about Mikey is terrible. But Doug and I didn't ask for these muscles. We'll carry all the champagne and orange juice.
Well,
Um,
Austin, obviously you guys are invited. So we're gonna
Yeah,
have like
absolutely.
a whole podcast extravaganza.
At
That would be a
Texas
lot of fun.
Nightmare.
Yeah,
Texas
Texas
Frightmare.
Frightmare.
Yeah,
Or
I've
Texas
been
even-
thinking
Frightmare
that
and
for years,
here in Reno, Nevada, we're
Or
doing a Lake Tahoe Pyramid
the
Lake trip.
Tahoe trip, whatever.
Okay.
So that'd be a lot of fun.
I had nightmares of Micah when we were driving in Hollywood. Micah was telling me stories about Pyramid Lake, and I had a nightmare. I'm getting fucked. I'm old. I'm getting nightmares of stories now.
Oh, by the way, I'm taking all of this out because it's us just planning things. Anyways,
Oh, I'll
We'll
take
talk
you
about
out.
okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's finish up the episode. So, Doug, Trash Juice just came out. We got
Yes.
a lot of good reviews on Trash Juice. So, where can we see Trash Juice?
Well,
ever?
if you're dyslexic and like good reviews or hate, there's videos of people in the audience. Coker took some videos. There's some old lady that's like, "This is terrible." When I pull the vacuum hose out, and I'm like, "Anal juices."
Well,
like-
it's because she saw Coker, let's be honest. But
Yeah,
it's
that was
okay.
Coker's sex scene with the vacuum.
Yeah.
Thank God I was asleep. I'm sorry.
Yeah. well, for those people looking for Trash Juice, it'll air on B Movie TV. This episode's coming out Halloween, so it already aired, but it'll air occasionally again, in syndication. And then I'm looking to get distribution through Tubi, because I'm going through Film Hub. So eventually, we'll have
Fuck yeah,
Blu-rays
dude.
and Tubi distribution. So looking forward to that. And if you want to see more of our stuff, we have the Slashers podcast not necessarily Patreon, although we would like Patreon for you to send us. We'll send you some explicit nudes, and we got Alexa talking in the
We'll
back.
send you Micah's penis on the Patreon. So
We'll
there
send you
go.
Micah's
No,
penis
that
and
was
a,
just for your eyes.
Oh man, I can't share it.
Okay, sure.
I could just imagine showing a picture of his dick saying, "This isn't for your eyes."
This is not for you.
No.
Oh, sorry,
Yes,
Austin.
yes.
If you want anything to share into the Patreon void, feel free to send it because I will
Okay.
definitely send it.
And then so B Movie TV, if you have a Roku, definitely download B Movie TV, because a lot of the slashers podcast stuff and now Damn That Scary stuff is on there during the commercials. Then we have Friday Night Action at 8 p.m. with me. Then Yahira and Jake host Saturday Night Terrors Saturdays at 10. And so when you're not getting content here on the podcast, you got it on fucking Roku. So 2 ways to entertain you.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Doug. Attaboy.
And honestly, thank you guys so much. So this month we collaborated, like Slashers Podcast collaborated with Frightmares and Damn That Scary. So I want to thank both Austin and Micah for being a part of that with us, because I think that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of stress for me because like I have to post every day.
You're real
but
quick.
it's okay.
Aid, I gotta give it up to you. You were on the ball every fucking day with this shit. Slashers, very fortunate to have you.
Yeah,
Aw.
that was a lot of fun. Thanks for letting us be a part of that. I love making those little videos. So
Yeah, it was a good time.
Oh,
And thanks for
there-
having us.
yeah, thank
There
you.
was so much fun. I think that like having everybody's perspectives and things, and just like having like a day like this month was a great time. So thank you guys for everything, and thank you for being a part of that with us. And thanks Jason for coming up with everything, because Jason was one who came up with every day and like made the whole thing.
Oh,
and
nice.
and then Mikey had the typo, so I had to fix it because I'm an English teacher and I can't live my life like that. It's not a challenge, it's a challenge. So
What did he spell? Like congratulations or something?
He spelled challenge incorrectly.
Challenge, right?
Challenge.
Yes. And then he said he wouldn't be silenced, and he took my thing out. So anyways, I love you, Mikey, my boo-boo. I love you terribly. But I, as an English teacher and as a woman of culture, I cannot allow that to happen. So
Well
we're just gonna
said.
do that. But anyways, I just think that this month was great. We had a great fucking Halloween with you guys. Like, thank you guys so much for everything. Like, this
Thank
was a
you.
wonderful
Thank you.
Halloween. The month of October was great. Like, it's just
Yeah.
between our trip, getting to know Austin more and his podcast, and hopefully we can get is Corey his name? Corey.
Yeah.
Get Corey on there.
Got
Not
some
Corey,
Halloween
not Corey from Halloween Ends, but
Oh.
Corey from Frightmares.
Oh God,
podcast.
no.
I didn't want to say Corey because I didn't want to give him a negative connotation, but here we are.
Just a weirdo.
So I just think that it's gonna be a good time. So anyways, with all of that being said, Austin, please plug Frightmares, Micah plug Damn That Scary, and we'll get the fuck out of here because it's fucking 8:04 and it's a half an hour past my bedtime.
I was gonna say it's past your bedtime.
It is.
Yeah, you can find Frightmares on Facebook at just Frightmares, Slasher app, Instagram, Frightmares Podcast, Twitter at Frightmares_pod. And then if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, I am Dr. Proctor. Streaming on all major platforms, anywhere you can find it, we are there. So give us a listen.
Google Damn That Scary. We're very funny.
Yeah, you can see Micah and Greg riding each other's backs on a
Yes.
motorcycle as Corey and Michael Myers would.
Micah, this is what I'm telling you. I have no idea how to like. Ugh. Oh, okay, it's fine.
Evil rides tonight.
Evil comes tonight too. So
Well, just click on my reel because I'm
When
sure
I
they'll
come,
be-
I scream Shia LaBeouf.
I scream, if no one can have her, I can't. Wait, what does he say?
If this movie, real quick, if Halloween Ends came out in the late 90s, that would have been Shia LaBeouf.
What did they say? And when he was leaving the house, he's like, "I hope you find love."
I hope you
Oh yeah, I hope you find love.
So I hope that should be our new ending.
Oh.
And,
Instead of goodbye and good die, or whatever the fuck you say I hope you find
I hope you find love.
I hope
That's
you
gonna
find
be our new
love, all
thing.
of you.
I'm changing it. So tell Jake I said it because you know what?
I hope you find love.
He and I are fighting because he put tentacles on my arms and a thing on my face, and I hate it when he does that. He
Tentacles
does
on your
that.
pussy.
I liked it. That's platypusada.
He put a well, why? Like, don't fuck with my face. Like, don't do that. He knows that.
Yeah, it was
Anyways.
pretty gross. It won
Why
gross
did you
points for me.
just turn into fucking Rosie Perez?
The who with the huh?
Because
Like,
I've been drinking and I'm tired. Leave me alone.
You're fucking with my face. So don't do that.
All right. You're
No,
fucking with my face. Don't do that. Oh my
No,
God.
hey, give me a good Zsa Zsa Gabor. That's something Zsa Zsa Gabor would say. Oh, my face is beautiful.
You know, because
Holy shit!
That was
I
good.
hate all of you. Anyways,
Just got warm in here.
I know. Well, anyways, this is a very fucking long Halloween episode, but I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, but it's
Love
still
you.
shorter than Art the Clown.
Sure, it's still shorter than fucking Terrifier 2, but we love it, Damien. We love you.
Yes.
Anyways, so on behalf of Doug, on behalf of Micah, on behalf of Austin, goodbye and good die, or what is it? What I was gonna say? What was
You
the
say
name?
keep it
Oh.
spooky.
No.
I hope you find love.
I hope you find love, all of you.
As I sit here and
Mwah.
eat my 7 pounds of fucking sugar cereal or whatever he
And-
eats in the movie.
Doug scene.